Hello there. Welcome to your final session, Mr. Miller. But everything that happened yesterday has now been resolved. We're going to repeat the majority of the questions that were asked during our previous session in a second. How have you been feeling?
What was that?
What do you mean?
Bullshit! You know what I mean!
Could you be more specific?
The weird creature thing, the pain everywhere, everything! It just what the hell was any of that?
Mr. Miller, I believe we are getting sidetracked. Please answer the following questions. Do you remember your name?
No! I am not answering your questions until you explain what the hell any of that just happened!
Please just answer the questions as you've done before, and then you can return home and claim your compensation.
What? You seriously think that I can return home like nothing ever happened after feeling like my veins were coming out of my arms?
Okay, Mr. Miller.
Or how about when I saw an inhuman creature emerge from a wall and try to chase me down slowly for hours on end?
May I speak? I see we aren't going to get anywhere. However, you do know if you refuse to answer my questions, you will not be permitted to leave, correct?
Then so be it. I'm not leaving until you answer my questions. Now what was that?
You were in a study conducted by the Santolina Research Center. I, myself, do not know what happens beyond this room. I know as much as you do, maybe even less. I only ask questions that I have been instructed to say, along with prompt follow-up questions to further understand any possible side effects you may be experiencing.
You're lying!
I am not, Mr. Miller.
Then who has the answers?
I am not permitted to say.
Fuck you!
Sorry, that was not the answer you were looking for, but that is the truth.
What about the guy from before? He guards my room, the marker guy. Can he say anything?
I believe he is under similar restrictions as to mine.
Then there's no problem getting him in here to test that, right?
I'm afraid he's occupied.
How do you know?
I'm simply assuming that he is. He is a busy man, after all.
Call him.
I'm afraid that I'm not required to follow a participant's orders.
Call him, or I won't answer more of your questions.
Excuse me, ground operator? Presence is requested at room A13. I repeat, your presence is requested at room A13. Over.
How formal. I'm finishing up a task for the research department. Afterwards, I'll be there. Does that work? Over.
That works with me. Thank you very much. Over.
See ya. Over.
You know as well as I do that he takes a while before he gets here. You can stay after the questions are over, but answering the questions are still required. Do you want to answer the questions while we wait?
Fine.
Amazing. Do you remember your name?
Tallius Miller, 20. Money. I came here for financial compensation.
Thank you for cooperating. Next question. What do...
Confused, scared, frustrated. I want my questions answered.
If you could please stop interrupting me with your answers, that would be greatly appreciated.
Why? I've already heard these questions like 3 times already. Why do I need to hear them in full? Again!
It's for record keeping, just in case someone reviews these recordings out of order. All the questions are still consistent.
How the hell is that my problem?
Just let me do my job.
Next question.
Are you feeling uncomfortable in any way mentally or physically as of right now?
Physically, I'm fine. For some reason, I don't understand. Mentally, I'm all over the place. I still don't get what the hell happened.
Understood. Do you trust your own thoughts?
Fuck. I don't know.
Great. Now to answer your main question. To my knowledge, everything to do with the medication you were given had no actual experimental substance in it whatsoever.
What? Don't just stay silent after that.
I feel as if there is nothing more to add on to.
So you're saying I made that all up in my head? That wasn't in my own head. That was real. That didn't feel fake.
According to your statement from our second session, you mentioned a creature emerging from the east wall. Considering that nobody else in this room saw it other than you, I can confidently say that the creatures you were seeing, along with the pain you felt, were merely formulated based on your preconceived idea of what the medication would do to you, and in turn, not related to anything we gave you.
That's...
To put it simply, you were hallucinating and convinced yourself that you were in pain. If you are familiar with the placebo effect, then that's what it was.
What? You're lying!
Hey.
Oh my...
Oh, forgot to knock. Sorry, guy. Anyways, what did you need?
Mr. Miller here wanted to ask you a question.
This is seriously why you asked me here?
Just answer his questions.
Shoot, kid.
Is everything seriously in my head?
We injected you with saline. Small amount.
What? What?
Saline.
Not that I... Then why did it feel so...
Well, I got other business to attend to. Can't stay here any longer. Thanks for the break, I guess. Call me if you need me.
Yes, understood. Thank you so much for coming on such short notice.
What the hell?
Now, to recap our previous sessions. In our first session, we asked you a collection of questions that were repeated across each session. This first question was, do you remember your name, age, and initial reason for attending this experiment? This answer was relatively consistent throughout all 3 sessions.
Yeah.
Our second question was, what do you feel right now? Admittedly, this is a rather vague question. In our first session, you pointed out the temperature of the room. In our second session, you mentioned that you felt scared. In our third session, you mentioned that you felt extreme, excruciating pain from your veins. And now, most recently, you said that you are back to feeling scared.
Why wouldn't I be scared? Especially now that I know that it was in my own fucking head! How was any of
Question
that?
3 was, are you feeling uncomfortable in any way mentally or physically as of right now? In the first session, you seemed to be off-put by the question's inclusion as a whole.
Rightly so.
Right. In the second session, you seemed to be preoccupied with whatever you were looking at and thus answered that you were very mentally uncomfortable.
You wouldn't?
Please, let me finish my recap without interruptions. In our third session, instead of being mentally distressed, you mentioned you were severely physically distressed due to the aforementioned pain. And as of a couple seconds ago, you answered that you now feel physically fine, but mentally you are still recovering. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Our last question was randomly picked by our department due to you not filling that in, which was completely fine as that part was optional. The question itself was, do you trust your own thoughts? In the first session, you were again off-put by this question's inclusion in its entirety. In the second session, you were rather accusatory, claiming that we asked this question due to knowing some sort of mental effect will happen. After your accusatory remark, you answered that you did not. In our third session, you mentioned that you were unsure if you could trust anything ever. Seems that that sentiment of not knowing and being unsure has carried over, looking at how you responded a couple minutes ago. We have one more question, and then you'll be able to leave the institution and claim your compensation.
Just say it.
Now that you have reached the end of these trials, would you consider volunteering to return here to do another experiment in the future?
Is that a joke?
I can confirm that that is a genuine question.
No!
Understood. Well, thank you so much for your time, Mr. Miller. It was wonderful being your primary assessor. I wish you the best of luck, and once again, thank you for being our volunteer.
I can go now?
Yes. As soon as you leave this room, you'll be escorted outside along with your compensation. Goodbye.